it means to be an American. America is freedom, and freedom is special and rare.
We, the people
of this great nation.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We, the people of this great nation.
Hello, my fellow Americans. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. Unfortunately, we are seeing what's unraveled this last weekend, the violence against Trump supporters, the violence against conservatives, for no apparent reason. And the left seems to ignore it as if it doesn't even matter. You know why? Because they like it. They strive from it. And I'm going to explain to you why. They stay silent because they want this chaos to continue, so then they look like they're the ones that saved us, when they were really the ones that created all this. They're happy this violence is happening. Kamala Harris herself was saying, let's continue. They have to continue doing this. This isn't anymore about Black Lives Matter. This isn't anymore. This is a straight attack on Trump supporters. That's what it is. Let's be real here. This is America divided. You are seeing Americans being bullied. You are seeing Americans being mistreated. You are seeing Americans being attacked, and they're stripping us from our First Amendment rights. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm getting fucking tired of it. And I'm being completely honest. There's a lot of patriots out there that are feeling the same way. I see older people that my parents raised me as a young kid to always respect the elders. And I'm seeing these older people getting hit across the face, getting knocked down, getting kicked while they're on the floor, and no one does anything about it. They celebrate it while they're doing it, and then everybody jumps in. Of course, they're scared, though, when they hide behind the police in the event where, there's a lot of Trump supporters, because they know that they do that when there's Trump supporters. They know they're going to get hurt, and that's a fact. So it's just disappointing. I've been seeing everything that's going on. You know what? We are divided, but that's not a problem. That's good. That's why there's a two-party system. We don't agree with communism and socialism. They do. So we're never going to agree on that. I mean, 3 million people voted against Joe Biden, but no, let me rephrase that. 73 million people voted for Donald Trump. 78 million dead people voted for Joe Biden, but they voted really against Donald Trump. We all know this was a rigged election. This will be the most rigged election in our time. And I'm going to tell you, if we find out, you better watch out. You better watch out, because we're coming. I promise you that. And that's not a threat. That's a promise. If the American people find out that this election was rigged to favor Joe Biden and that they were trying to steal our democracy, we're coming. We're coming, and we're coming in a strong force, because I don't think any American would accept that. At least none of the Americans I know. So that being said, it's just funny, the narrative. It's just funny how the media just stays silent. I saw a picture yesterday that was posted by NBC, right? Mega protesters collide with anti-protesters. And the picture shows basically Donald Trump supporters as the ones throwing things and inciting the violence, when we all knew who incited the violence. It was a peaceful protest. And then in the midst of the night, like cowards do, because I will call every one of you a coward, in your face or through a mic, wherever I have to do it. I wish this would happen to me, but it never does. It seems like I never get approached by anybody. I wear my MAGA hat. I wear my Republican Nation hat. Nobody ever tells me anything. See, they in the middle of the night, they cover their faces and then they attack innocent people that are by themselves. The UFC fighter, George Masvidal, he wants to start coming to these rallies and being basically almost like a bodyguard to see if these Antifa guys will get brave. The bottom line is that we're being bullied, and we cannot stand for it and stand down. We must continue to fight for our freedom, as our fathers did before us, as the founding fathers would have intended us to. And we have to continue to fight the good fight. Now, they call the Proud Boys a racist group of individuals, right? That was their whole narrative. It was brought up. I don't know. Joe Biden brought it up in a debate. I personally know a lot of people from the Proud Boys. They seem like pretty normal people. Guys that like to drink and love America. But they won't talk about Antifa. Oh, they won't mention Antifa's name. You know who I blame for all this violence that's occurring? I blame every mayor, every governor in these liberal cities that have allowed this to get out of control. This is no longer a Black Lives Matter movement. And it was never a Black Lives Matter movement. It was only a white man shoots a black man or white cop shoots a black man. Automatically, we got to go riot and loot. But thank God I live in the great state of Florida where DeSantis allows us to defend ourselves against rioters and looters. So be careful if you're coming to my house. Just saying. On another note, there's a lot of things going on. Yes, the numbers are skyrocketing in the U.S. in COVID-19 cases, but we have to be optimistic here. The mortality rate is dropping, and we're not alone in this. I asked a question to somebody today, a liberal friend of mine, and I asked them this a very simple question. I go, "Do you think China should pay for what they've done?" They were like, "I've never really thought about it." I mean, Trump is really the problem. This is the mentality of the left. Basically, COVID-19 that was created in China, developed probably in a laboratory. It hasn't been confirmed, but probably created in a laboratory. They lied to us. That's been confirmed. They definitely didn't allow travel from Wuhan anywhere else in China, but they allowed it everywhere else in the world. The world should be pissed off. Not just America, the world. And we shouldn't be blaming leaders because this was something that nobody knew what to expect or how to handle. Then we have guys like Dr. Fauci that they're partisan, that they're obviously Democrat, saying there's not going to be any vaccine coming out before the New Year's. Well, guess what? Now there's two of them. One came out today, 94.8% effective. So you know what, Dr. Fauci? You were wrong. Again, just like you were wrong about wearing masks, just like you were wrong that this virus was not a big deal, just like you've been wrong every single time. But guys, under a Biden presidency, it's going to be amazing. We're going to have lockdowns. We're going to have a Green New Deal, kill jobs, and America's going to be a third world nation. We're going to be amazing under a Biden presidency. It's going to be the best presidency ever. I promise you, people will live to regret the day they voted for Joe Biden. Look at Donald Trump's accomplishments. Look at his accomplishments. Look at what he has accomplished even before his presidency, which I still think is going to get overturned, as I did in my previous podcast. I think they have something in line. I think they have something stored. We just don't know it yet. But nevertheless, let's say they don't. Let's say they don't have anything planned out and Donald Trump is not reelected and Joe Biden becomes president. The left is going to get what they deserve. They're going to have a shitty president that's not going to do anything. And it's going to be an illegitimate president because I'm always going to consider that man an illegitimate president because I feel like this was rigged from day one. Nancy Pelosi snuck that little thing in the bill and 100 lawsuits filed to change the way the elections are ran. I highly doubt this was the most perfectly ran election of our time when millions of unsolicited ballots were mailed out. That is an opening for fraud where we have a program that's being used that was created in Venezuela to sway elections. Basically, our votes are being counted in another country. It's pretty much what's happening here. So yeah, are Americans mad? Yeah. Are Donald Trump supporters mad? Yeah, because we stood in line and we waited to vote. We didn't just fill out a bunch of different ballots and then drop them off in the mailbox and try to get as many ballots as we can that we find somewhere from somebody who's not living there and drop it off. I mean, we didn't commit fraud. We actually showed up and we voted. Tell me how the fuck is it possible that Donald Trump loses this election when he gains 9 million votes from 2016 and he still loses the election? That doesn't happen. The numbers are not adding up. Human error? A human error gave 6,000 votes to Biden, not a glitch. You're right, it is a human error. Probably a human error that was systemic and planned out and done in Detroit and done in Philadelphia and done everywhere else. People have been kicking Donald Trump constantly they've been kicking him since he got into office. They've been trying to get this man out of office. especially Nancy Pelosi and Shifty Schiff. And you know what? They may have just pulled it off. They may have just single-handedly pulled off the biggest heist on the American people. And we might not be able to stop it. Unless the Republicans stand tall with our president, we might end up losing this battle. And it's going to be sad for America. It's going to be a sad time for America. But again, guys, I think this violence needs to stop, or we need to put a stop to it. It's very simple. If these mayors don't want to protect the citizens of their own cities, then Americans have to protect Americans. We got each other's backs. Because obviously, if government officials are not doing their job, we as Americans, we got to take care of each other. That's what we try to do. Sorry for the background noise. I got kids, and I usually run my podcast from my office in my house. Where I run my stream somewhere completely different. I run it from the actual station. So, but anyways, it's just interesting times, crazy times. 2020 can still end up being an amazing year if they can overturn this fake rigged election. We may just have a chance of having a great American country and continue to keep America great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Biden's definitely not going to make America great. He's going to make the Bidens great. He's going to make them extremely wealthy. That's for sure.
Come on, man.
That's what he does. He makes his family wealthy. The man's done 47 years of nothing. Kamala Harris is a hypocrite. Everybody on CNN, I wish I had the money to buy CNN. If AT&T was selling CNN and I had the money, I would buy it just to fire Chris Cuomo and to fire Don Lemon. Those would be the first. And then Wolf Blitzer right after. And it would just be a chaotic thing and all that stuff. But I don't have the money to do it, so I can't do it. I wish I did. But it's not ironic enough. Movements are happening. People are moving over to Parler, which I think is awesome. You should follow me on Parler. I am there. The Republican Nation, fighting for our freedom. I also moved over to Rumble as well. I'm moving anywhere where I have freedom of speech, where I can freely speak my mind. I'm going. That's it. I don't want to be censored anymore. I'm tired of big tech censoring me. I'm tired of everybody censoring me. I post something on Facebook. It gets literally blocked off instantly. I can't respond to anybody because it's fact checking me with independent fact checkers, and then the fact checks that don't even match what I'm even saying. So I'm tired of it. My family came to this country to give me opportunities and to give me freedom. And I'm feeling as if I'm losing that every single day. Every single day that passes, I feel like I'm losing all those freedoms that my family came to this country to get. I am an American first. I am a patriot. I will do anything for this country because this country has done so much for me. And I want the best for my kids, the best for my wife, the best for my family. And I will defend that flag. I will defend this country with my blood if I have to. And I think that a lot of people need to sit back and let the system play itself, because the system is going to play out and we're going to see what's going to end up in these elections. We're going to find out the truth. But at the same time, we got to be ready. We got to know that there's a good possibility that they will steal this election and they will get away with it. Are we going to allow them to? Again, though, I don't want to live in a country where we just put a person in office because we like them or we're Trump supporters or anything like that. I mean, I'm hoping Rudy Giuliani and Trump's lawyers bring enough evidence that it's credible enough to know that they stole the election. I mean, I can't back somebody up if I can't see the evidence. My gut tells me that they rigged the election, but that's not facts. Feelings are not facts. That being said, that was my rant for the day, guys. As you can see, you can hear the microphone is very sensitive, so you can hear my daughter in the background. But I love you guys. God bless you. God bless your families. And God bless this beautiful country we call America. I love you, Olivia.
America great again.